Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. Today, we're taking a highly analytical look at a profoundly significant development in the artificial intelligence sector, Meta's recent acquisition of assured robot intelligence. Recently, the technology landscape witnessed a strategic maneuver that frankly extends far beyond standard consumer hardware. Over the next few minutes, we're going to systematically unpack the precise mechanics and the broader strategic rationale behind this acquisition. Our goal here is to provide you, as IT professionals and strategists, with the analytical framework you need to understand exactly where foundation models are heading in the coming decade. First, we'll outline the event itself. Second, we'll examine the strategic shift. Third, we'll identify the missing link. And finally, we'll discuss market uncertainty and its potential. Let's dive right into part one, the event. The foundation of our analysis today rests on the reporting by Rachel Kleinman, which she published on LinkedIn on May 2nd, 2026. Kleinman confirmed that Meta acquired the humanoid robotics startup, Assured Robot Intelligence, commonly referred to as ARI in the industry. As part of this agreement, the core team, most notably co-founders Laurel Pinto and Xiaolong Wang, are being integrated directly into Meta's Superintelligence labs. Kleinman also contextualized this acquisition by pointing back to a leaked memo from February, which originally detailed Meta's internal objective to manufacture and distribute a consumer-facing humanoid robot. Now, if we review the corroborating mainstream coverage, a distinct pattern emerges in how the press actually framed this event. TechCrunch ran an article titled "Meta Buys Robotics Startup to Bolster Its Humanoid AI Ambitions," focusing primarily on the AI models driving the robots. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal reported on it with a heavy emphasis on Meta acquiring a startup that was trying to build humanoid robots. So the media has overwhelmingly focused on the physical hardware angle. But for us, focusing solely on the metal chassis obscures the true architectural value of this transaction. Moving on to part two, the strategic shift. The core academic concept underpinning Meta's strategy here is known as embodied intelligence. In practice, embodied intelligence is artificial intelligence trained through real-world interaction, physical feedback, and continuous environmental adaptation. It's a profound departure from the current paradigm of training models exclusively on static digital data sets. We're talking about the transition from an AI that merely processes information on a server to an AI that physically experiences the world. Amir Hartman provided an excellent analysis of this paradigm shift over on LinkedIn. He articulated that while today's AI is deeply constrained by static data, relying on text, images, simulations, and acting essentially as digital co-pilots, tomorrow's AI demands a completely different training environment. The future relies on experience, touch, physical movement, real-world trial and error, and deployment as physical agents. Hartman correctly points out that this acquisition isn't really a hardware play at all. It's fundamentally a learning loop play, perfectly designed to capture physical interactions. This brings us to part three, the missing link. To truly clarify what Meta purchased, we can look to a statement highlighted by Rob Grant on LinkedIn. He referenced a discussion from the podcast The Road to Autonomy that featured ARI co-founder Laurel Pinto and KPMG's Yu Nguyen. The crucial insight from that particular discussion is this: humanoid hardware is commoditized. ARI is building the missing part, the brain. Meta is not investing its capital in mechanical joints or the external shell. They are acquiring the highly complex cognitive engine required for autonomous physical action. The specific expertise of ARI's founders, Xiaolong Wang and Laurel Pinto, lies in foundation models specifically built for physical behavior. You see, their systems aren't engineered merely to move a robotic arm along a set path from point A to point B. Instead, they're building models designed to predict human behavior, adapt instantly in unpredictable and dynamic environments, and crucially, learn continuously from those interactions. They are moving the technology far beyond simple pre-programmed mechanics. This highly specialized expertise addresses one of the most profound theoretical questions facing the AI industry today. How do you actually transition from a highly capable yet constrained smart digital assistant to a true general intelligence system? The consensus rapidly emerging among leading researchers is that you simply cannot achieve artificial general intelligence, or AGI, while sitting exclusively behind a digital screen. Interaction with the physical world is a mandatory prerequisite. Xiaolong Wang explicitly outlined this requirement in his public statement regarding the acquisition. He stated that ARI's clear mission has always been to achieve physical AGI, and accomplishing this requires a very specific learning loop. First, you must deploy physical agents into real, unpredictable environments. Second, you gather continuous real-world feedback from those deployments. Third, the system must learn directly from organic human experience rather than relying solely on structured human teleoperation. And finally, you scale that data. Meta, of course, provides the massive ecosystem and capital required to execute this loop at a completely unprecedented scale. Finally, part 4, market uncertainty and potential. If you take a moment to examine the market projections for humanoid robotics, you're going to encounter a staggering variance. Estimates range anywhere from $38 billion on the conservative end, all the way up to $5 trillion. Returning to Amir Hartman's analysis, he correctly identifies that this massive variance is not an indication of disagreement regarding the ultimate utility or scale of the technology. Rather, it represents profound uncertainty about the timeline. The industry universally agrees that the financial potential is massive. The uncertainty lies entirely in exactly when these systems will function effectively at a commercial scale. Which brings us to the ultimate strategic thesis of this briefing. Meta's acquisition of Assured Robot Intelligence is a highly calculated effort to chase the next training frontier. The large language models of today have largely consumed the available text-based internet. The next exponential leap in AI capability fundamentally requires the foundational data of the physical world. Ultimately, whoever owns and processes real-world interaction will control the technological paradigm that succeeds today's models. Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. Please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel, like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.